I'm Thomas Coutinho from Los Angeles, California. Honestly, I was not sure how I would handle the new British environment when I landed in London, but I quickly began to adore every new sight and sound of the bustling city. Making new friends in Metrogate House was a joy, and the experiences shared with them will last a lifetime. Whether it be studying the British musical scene in my music class, or examining the Islamic history of the UK in my Islam class, my friends would always lend a helping hand. Going about my daily life by myself is surely doable, but I believe sharing even the most mundane activities with others added to my overall experience in London. I was used to working by myself, but to quote a certain British musician, I get by with a little help from my friends. I could be found primarily in the kitchen, either jamming to music, cooking up food, or studying till daybreak. Harry Potter was one of the many other reasons we were all brought together as well. Outside my kitchen, certain classes and NUN events had excursions which were incredibly fun, such as exploring various parts of London that ranged from Brighton to Brick Lane with global diasporas and BLC. Organized or spontaneous, activities added a spark to my experience in London no matter the time of day. Rain or shine, a new adventure always awaited for those willing to join. For example, I began to explore museums for not only my class, but also my own amusement, such as the Transportation Museum. Also, BLC allowed us to explore some other free museums, such as the British Museum, to gain an insight into the historical and cultural aspects of London. Biking around London added to the experience when exploring vast parks that seemed to expand far beyond my view. London combined the busy and serene in such a sleek manner that I will miss these trips upon my return to the States. America just does not make parks and museums like they do in England. I was honestly worried that London would lack a Japanese flair that I'm used to back home, but with events such as the Matsuri Festival, this was never an issue. In fact, the massive amounts of cultural festivals in London was astounding and pleasing to see that Londoners appreciate the various cultures that expanded into the UK. To see a collection of people with similar interests enjoying themselves despite their different backgrounds is a true joy of studying in London. Whether it was while playing a pickup game in Regent's Park or going to a concert with my music class, passion and interest always overshadowed where one originated. At my service at the North Kensington Library Homework Club, I worked with kids after school in an attempt to instigate individuality and efficiency. The program worked to bring children one-on-one tutoring that encourages more effective work ethics. Bonding with the kids is a traditional part of my volunteer work, and I made it an important segment to connect with these British children on a level that defeats the cultural barrier. These children who come to the Homework Club simply want to learn and were amazingly content with having someone not from London tutor them. After working with the same kids for a few weeks, I already saw the bond between us grow tremendously so, and I cannot imagine leaving them to go home. Midterms passed and the midterm break rolled around, anticipation bloomed for my trip to Germany, the Netherlands, and France. Every place was gorgeous and displayed its own unique flair. The entirety of the trip acted as a bridge for my friends and me to grow closer through travel and exploration of new territories. I figured that language and cultural barriers would be a major obstacle in our travels, but nothing stopped us when we worked as a group to overcome even the most strenuous traveling situations. Becoming aware of cultural differences from classes such as global diasporas, I found the transition of 3 entirely new countries to be much smoother than normal. Despite the academic side of things, I did take a fair amount of selfies. Can't forget birthdays.
Happy birthday, dear Brooke. Happy birthday to you.
I was told coming into this program that the friends I make here would be my best friends back on campus at Northeastern University, and honestly, that couldn't be closer to the truth. This type of friendship would not have been successful for me had I spent my first semester on campus, and the program as a whole helped me develop worldly skills to make friends from all over the world. Despite the lack of similar classes, my friends constructed a bond that evolved from living in a new environment, far from our respective